Go ahead and start the recording. So we're officially live now. You guys can all hear me, I'm assuming. So what I want to do, this mindset training is going to be real quick tonight. We've done a lot of mindset training in the past, but I wanted to do this today. And actually, this is I wanted to do mindset training today. Kind of had an actual plan that had a topic that I had originally planned. But I'm going to 86 that because of something that I actually learned today from my coach. And it was pretty eye-opening. And so I wanted to share that experience with you. If you watch my story, you got kind of the gist, but I'm going to go a little bit deeper into it. And that was, he has us fill out these weekly reports with all these, different questions about, and this is my business coach. And so all these different questions about, how we feel like we were doing with our production, our productivity and all, whatever. So there's 10 questions that we filled out. Well, one of the questions is how would you rate yourself on a scale 1 to 10 as far as it being a good week, meaning productivity wise, or just having a good week in general, yada, yada, yada. And so I rated myself as a 5. And it was just because I didn't hit some of the goals that I wanted to. I fell short on my nutrition. So I just had a lot of stuff that was kind of bogging me down. I was like, you know what? I was like, I could do much better than, and I'm never a 10. Like I'll never score myself a 10 unless I hit like every single goal that I set for myself within that week. So I was like, I kind of half-assed some stuff. There was some times where I wasted time. There was times that I fell short on myself and my personal goals, and I didn't hit all the business goals that I wanted to this week. And so I was like, it's a 5. It's a 5 for me. And so he writes back, and actually I want to pull it up on here because I think it would be better if I actually read this to you versus me trying to commit this to memory. But he said, Sean, we need to change your mindset if you are ranking last week a 5 out of 10. He goes on to say, I once had a client whose wife left him and he loved her, and he rated that week a 5 out of 10. He's like, getting three clients last week deserves more. Building a resilient mindset should be part of your work this week, along with singularity of focus. And he goes on with some of the other assignments that he would have me do. So he kind of put a perspective of, sometimes we just really hold ourselves back, or we hold ourselves to such a high standard that we don't give ourselves enough grace sometimes, right? So when he kind of told me, dude, like you're giving yourself a 5, and I had a client in the past whose wife left him, who gave himself a 5 for the week. So it kind of put things in perspective. It kind of knocked me back, it kind of opened up my eyes a little bit. And so what I haven't been doing much of, but it was working when I was doing it, was journaling every single night what I was proud of accomplishing during the day. And I haven't been doing that lately. And now I'm seeing where that negativity, that negative mindset just comes pouring in and starts defeating you, because we always just look at what we're not doing, what we're not accomplishing, what we could be doing better. And we never pay attention to the wins, like getting up and drinking 16 ounces of water first thing in the morning and taking a daily walk. Like those are 2 wins. Those are stacked wins that I could be grateful for in my journaling. And then, that just, snowballs and builds for the rest of the day. But if I'm constantly focused on, what am I not doing? What am I not achieving? What am I, if we go back to that mindset of what are we focused on? Or if we're constantly focused on over here, we're leaving on the table what is possible over here, because we're not focused on what's truly important. We're focused on all the things that, are not happening. And what happens with that when we focus on what's not happening? Well, we attract more of the nots, right? So my lesson for you today, speaking from my own personal experiences. So when I'm talking to you, a lot of times I'm talking to myself. So I want you guys to understand that. But sitting down at the end of the day and writing out on a journal all the things that you're proud of yourself doing, and the little things matter. Okay, if you told your significant other, I love you, even though you're mad at them for today, could be on that kind of list. Okay, drinking your daily water, staying focused on your nutrition, taking a walk whenever you didn't feel like it because it's 102 degrees outside. Like, these small wins will stack, and so record those. Be good to yourself. Like, stack those wins and just be mindful of the stuff that you are doing, and stop focusing so much on what you're not doing. And that was just a reflection of me being in a negative mindset for too long. And now I'm writing it out in an email, sending it to my coach, and he gave me the wake up call. So it was pretty eye opening. It was pretty important. So I'm going to go back to my journaling, get back to the roots. So the nightly journaling is being grateful for the things that I've accomplished, and the morning journaling is just waking up and doing my prayer, and also starting the day being grateful for what I already have: the roof over the head, Selena, who has my back, having the gym, having the, you guys as clients, whatever have you. So having that grateful list to remind myself, hey, life isn't so bad. Let's keep building. Let's keep striving for more, because we never settle. But at the same time, let's be grateful for what you have, and let's focus on the wins and what you are doing versus what you're not. So I hope you guys got a lot out of that. So that's it for the mindset training. Take notes on that. Start doing your journaling. Start doing your grateful list. And at this time, in the chat box, just post any questions that you have for me. And so that way I can address anything that you might have. Anything that you want help with: nutrition, mindset, training. If there's also anything like, like anything that you're struggling with. Just let me know if there's anything that, or if you have any wins, if there's anything that you want to share about, that you want to celebrate this week with some wins, let me know that as well. So I'm just going to wait for the chat, and we'll see what we got here. 222. So everybody's still able to hear me, right? Like, I didn't just go on that spiel. Now I am recording this thing, so I'm going to be posting it. I'll just post a recording link inside the Facebook group, since I couldn't get it to connect to Facebook tonight. So no big deal with that. So for anybody that's missing out on the training. But do we have any questions, guys? Is training going well for everybody? Is everybody on track? I know we talked about your three top focuses for the week. Is everybody on track with your three focuses? I'm going to actually get on my Facebook and see if I can open up that page real quick to see what everybody commented on. Or do you guys are actually on the call? Let's see. Here we go. Kathy, staying hydrated, not stressing about things, especially competition, absolutely, and hit the protein goals for today. So here we go. Bev says, nutrition is huge for me. I'm so confused how to eat before working out. I don't want to eat too much. Sick during the workout, but got to eat enough from getting dizzy. So Bev, so look at your overall calories for the day is what I would advise. But having just a small snack before you actually train, just having it a part of your overall calories. But if you're training in the afternoons, per se, like after work, you should have already had at least two meals in you. So just a small stack, and something like fruit, such as an apple, along with maybe a small protein drink should be beneficial. And then, because it's hot, just making sure that you're staying well hydrated and whatnot. So and that's probably another thing that we could address with the workouts and not getting sick is, make sure that you acclimatize yourself to the environment. The gym is hot. Can't do anything about that. But, don't just get in there and start killing it. Scale your workouts back a little bit. Give yourself a proper warm up. Make sure that you have something like Gatorade that you could drink on as well. And then let me think. But yeah, or even having like a snack with you that you could actually drink on eat on during training. Just having small portions, if you will. Don't think of it as I have to have this huge meal before I work out, but more of just carbohydrate, protein base is going to be your best bet. Try to stay away from fats, because fats are not going to help you out with your workout. You want the carbs really. They're going to help you out with your actual workout to help fuel that. All right. So what do we got here? So Bev, let me know if that helps you out any, or if you need some more additional tips with that. And then Selena says, this month I've been pissed because I slipped a spinal disc leading to right leg pain. Numbness pretty much led me to sink into a very low spiritual plane where I even considered quitting lifting. No, you're not going to quit lifting. Realize I enjoy it and taking it as learning to get back in touch with my body. Yeah. So, injuries happen, and, setbacks happen. And, we push in strong training with the heavy lifts that you guys are doing. Things happen, guys, and you can, we hate when they happen. Matt right now is dealing with a bicep tendon tear, and he's probably going to have to go in for surgery with that. I've dealt with, my lower back many times. I've dealt with shoulder many times. It's just, it's part of the nature of the game. If you're going to be aggressive with the training, and strongman training is very aggressive. We're playing with odd objects. We're playing with stones and kegs and barbells and whatnot. And, it comes with the territory. Now, with that said, make sure that you're taking care of the body. Make sure that you're not overdoing it every single day. This is where balance needs to come into play with your training. Make sure that you're doing the proper warm-ups. Make sure that you're doing the proper recovery, doing the adequate stretching. Really, for every minute of heavy lifting, you should be equaling that with stretching per day. So if you do 60 minutes of hard training, you should be doing 60 minutes of yoga. Match it up, the yin and the yang kind of thing, right? But don't beat yourself up. I mean, you're training hard, you're training aggressive. Don't quit on yourself or anything like that. But at the same time, pick seasons to train this way as well. Doing strongman style training all year, every year is probably not the best idea. Do it in seasons. So doing in 12-week cycles to prepare for a comp, maybe even half a year. So say 6 months out of the year, you'll do strongman. The other 6 months will focus more on body weight, bodybuilding, and basically structural integrity training, if you will, building more foundation of strength, tendons and ligaments, all that kind of stuff, the core, all those type of things, so that it just reduces the risk for injury. And that's something that I've been focused on a lot here with my own training, is just mixing it up, not worrying so much about the weight on the barbell. Now, I'm not training for a competition, so that's something different. But at the same time, doing just a lot more body weight training with the pull-ups, the lunges, the step-ups, push-ups, dips, things of that nature, helps strengthen all the little muscles that really get neglected with heavy weights. And so body weight training is paramount, and you can put that into your regular program. So if you're doing deadlifts for today, superset it with push-ups. If you're doing squats, superset it with pull-ups, or even assisted pull-ups if you can't do pull-ups yet with the band. But incorporate body weight training with everything that you're doing. Incorporate even yoga poses as part of your warm-up to help out with a lot of these injuries and stuff. So I hope that helps you out, Selena. Let me know. So Bev, cool. You said, okay. Kathy, in the past you talk about not speaking negatively. So just saying I don't have enough money. Yep. How do you be realistic but not be negative? How would that framing look like? Yeah. So, how do you be realistic by not being negative? So it really comes with more of a visualization, and it's actually going into how do you want to improve yourself? So a lot of times we look at just our circumstances, right? And our circumstances are what is there, right? Well, how can we change our circumstances? How can, what the mindset is really projecting is, if we're focusing on the positive and not so much on the negative, focusing on what we want, is you're opening up your creativeness. You're opening up the creative pathways. You cannot be a victim mindset will never be creative. A victor mindset will always be a creator. You cannot coexist in both arenas at the same time. You just can't. So the more that you're in a positive mindset, the more that you are in the abundance mindset, the more that you are into the growth mindset, the more that you are into the creative mindset, you'll actually start producing opportunities for yourself. You'll start producing avenues of problem solving, if you will, rather than looking at always the problems and you're just like, well, I can't get to this problem. This problem is always going to be here. This is always going to be where it's at. Whenever you're able to make the shift from victim to victor, you actually are able to create. And that's we're born to be creators. I mean, if you look at what mankind has done on this earth, mankind has created a hell of a lot on this earth. I mean, if we go back to the Stone Age, I mean, what do we have? Like, we had nothing. Now we have skyscrapers and we have automobiles and we have jets that fly in the sky. Like, these are, we take them for granted, but these are miracles. This is like, man had to say, okay, someone who's living in a victim mindset could not create an airplane. Like, the Wright brothers were in a creative mindset. They were like, we're going to figure out a way because of their positive outlook. They knew what they wanted and they were chasing it, and they found many ways to do it wrong. But then when they found the one way to make it work, everybody else was going, wow, okay. And these are two poor farmers competing against German engineers, scientists who had all the money and all the resources, but they couldn't figure it out before the Wright brothers could. And that just came from them knowing what they wanted, and they're chasing their vision, if you will. So it's not so much of how do I stay in a realistic versus a negative. It's staying in a creative, proactive, victor mindset versus always being in a victim negative. So hope that makes sense. So that's what that framing would look like. And so, and then the reframing, the way that would look is you need to be aware of all the thoughts that go into your head. You need to be aware of, because I've said it before, like, we have 51,000 thoughts a day. 96% of our thoughts are all the same. So they're all negative. They're all beating us down. It's no wonder, like, you can't outthink a bad mindset. Like, you can't outthink a negative mindset. You can't just replace it with positive. But what you can do is start recognizing when that negative thought is there and be like, nope, that's not me anymore. This is me. And so a book I read, I cannot think of the author's name, but basically what he said was, I started doing the exact opposite. Anytime, he's like, I needed to change my life. So whatever I would normally do, I started doing the exact opposite, because the exact opposite of my normal routine made my mind switch, because then I could recognize the thoughts. It'd be like, hey, I'm thirsty, so I'm going to reach for a Coca-Cola. Well, then I was like, no, that's the old me. I started reaching for a water every single time. Every single time my brain was telling me, hey, let's have a Coke. No, I'm having water. I would do the exact opposite of what I would normally do. So that's what reframing actually looks like, and that's how that's done. So great question. That was awesome. I hope that helped, Kathy. Let me know if that helped you out or not. Do we have anything else? You guys all had great questions tonight. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes to see if you guys have anything else. I mean, I could, we could go into mindset stuff. Let me give you maybe some resources to, gosh, I don't even know. There's one of the books that really sparked my entrepreneurial ways way back in my early 20s was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And so it had a lot to do with the mindset. And it's a business book. It's highly recommended by any business coach, by any entrepreneur. They'll always say, there's always someone who's going to suggest the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. But it's all about having that mindset shift of being the victim to the victor, and creating that abundance mindset. And just what does he say? What the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. That's the ongoing quote within that book. So what the mind can conceive, being if you could think it up and you can actually believe in it, then you can achieve anything. You can achieve exactly what it is. So that's what the Wright brothers had in their heads, right? They conceived flight. They believed that they were going to do it, and so they achieved it. So that's a great book for you guys to pick up and read. Even if you don't have any entrepreneur aspirations whatsoever, it's a great mindset book. And then the other one that I love as well is Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell. I cannot think of the last name. If I can, I'll post it in the group. I'll post both of those books in the group, and those are great books to read on mindset, guys. So, but cool. It's been about half an hour. So good, Kathy. I'm glad that was helpful for you guys. We're going to start doing these coaching calls more often on Tuesday nights because I'm tied up now. My coach has me on calls on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So I'm really tied up with my calls with him. And then, of course, all my other clients and stuff that I got going on. So going to try to do these kind of calls on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. If we don't have it, I'll be sure to post it in the Facebook group when we don't have them. But and I always attempt to post a link inside the Facebook group. So, but put it in your calendars. Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. We'll do these coaching calls. So that way, if you're struggling with anything, again, with your programming, your nutrition, mindset, whatever have you, we'll dive into it. I may not always have a lesson plan for you guys. I will try to always have a lesson plan, but more importantly than that is I just want to be here to support you and your goals and to help you guys out along the way. So appreciate every single one of you for jumping on. Appreciate the questions. Those were awesome questions. I will upload this video or I'll upload this recording in the Facebook group so you can revisit it anytime. And Kathy, like you can have Vern watch it. I don't know if he's with you tonight, watching it together. I know he was at the gym when I left the gym. So Bev says it was extremely helpful. I've had a hard time with life lately and I've been noticing very negative thoughts. Yeah. So it's just, again, it's doing, the reframing assignments. Bev, I think you, had the, when I worked with you on the coaching program with the stacks, if you remember doing the stacks, like revisit those because that's kind of like the journaling and the reframing the mindset and all that. And if you need those links, I might just post those links inside the Facebook group for you guys. And but stacking your thoughts, doing the journaling with that to help reframe the mind always helps as well. So very, very cool. All right, guys. So I appreciate you guys tonight. If I missed anything, if you need any additional help, use the Facebook group, the coaching group. We're going to be using that a lot more. I kind of let it lag a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, Vern's still at the gym, but I'll catch him up. Cool. And then Selena, you posted a question mark. I don't know what that was.
Oh, no, it was a heart.
Oh, Selena posted a heart. Okay. All right. Good night, guys. I will get this recording out there, but peace, love, strength. You guys keep on killing it. All right. Cool.